everyone. Welcome to another episode of, oh my goodness,
You don't even
Earth
know
118
what this
podcast.
is.
I need you to know that our two other podcast names popped into my head before our current one.
Wow, the disrespect.
It was like amalgam speaks just in my brain. Welcome to Earth 118.
Thank you. Yes.
There you
Hi,
go.
everyone. Welcome to Earth 118. This is one of our in-between podcasts while there are no shows that we give a fuck about playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do something a little bit more fun. I guess I say that, but like all of them are fun. First of all, go back and watch all our other episodes. I regret saying that. Watch all of our episodes. They're all fun. This one in particular, though, is going to be centered around Black Panther. I had the extreme privilege of going to the Black Panther premiere. And so I've already seen it. I now have, I think, a week and a half of it sitting with me. I made a few videos on another, it's fine. We're not gonna talk about that. But I have done an extensive research on the Black Panther that I have watched thus far. Vivian, however, is going to be watching it tomorrow. So it's gonna be her first watch. So this is where I'm gonna do my very best. And if I accidentally say something, that's where the clips and the she fucked up comes in. However, Vivian's gonna take this time to ask and probe about a few Black Panther questions that she may or may not have. Hopefully may, or it's going to be a pretty boring video. And I'm going to do my best to answer around her questions in order to make her intrigued for the movie, but without spoiling the movie. Yeah?
I really hope so. I really hope without spoiling the movie.
Yes, I'm not going to be spoiling. I can do this. I'll just... Yeah.
So
I think if I can't answer it, I'll just say Yvonne Bay. I'll just
okay, that works. So this is a spoiler-free video because, again, I have not watched it.
Free video because Vivian will be watching it in a few hours. Yes. Are we tempting fate? You damn Skippy. But it's for the views. So.
It's for fun.
It's for fun.
And not to say that I'm not already intrigued to watch it. We just thought this would be a fun little challenge for us. For Jasmine specifically. I'm just asking questions.
Because I be talking. All right, let's go, Vivian. First question, let's line it up.
Okay, my first question is, I feel like this is the biggest question I have, to be honest, and I feel like it might be too difficult to answer, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
Okay.
We have not yet seen in the trailer a villain for this film. So my question is there a big villain, or is this more of like there's a generalized
like the idea, like is it a concept is the villain, or is there an actual villain?
Yes. Because well, can I give? Oh, should we do this? Can I give my assumption and then?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
Okay.
Give your assumption and then I'll play with that.
Okay. Because I'm assuming that we're being introduced to Namor. Okay, I'm like, it's either one or the other. Namor. And I am assuming, because he's more of like an anti-hero, that we're not necessarily going to have like a villain, but it's just going to be conflict of interest. So yeah, like an overarching like antagonist in the form of like a society, which would be Namor's like society. Okay.
How to answer this question? Have you seen? Do you know who Thanos is?
Thanos? Rings a bell.
Okay, so do you know how like in Thanos's mind he was doing the right thing?
Yes.
People would argue that if you were Team Thanos, he's a hero. But if you're not Team Thanos, he's a villain.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next question.
Cool.
No, because like that's what I assumed we were gonna get from like.
But I will say there are, yes, there is a. I don't say that there's a villain, but there is a clear threat. There's a clear threat, and the vacuum of not having a Black Panther is important. I will say that there is more political strife in this on a global scale. So I feel like the world is bigger. While in the prior film it was very Wakanda heavy, I think this movie in particular is on a wider, more global scale.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Because I assume the fact that you're saying it's more of on a global scale, that piques my interest, because I can't imagine right now, with all of the TV shows that we've gotten and the phases that we've currently seen,
Sure.
like what could go on globally that kind of, brings
The
everyone
world of Black Panther 2 is bigger than Wakanda.
Gotcha. Okay. Which I did read a quote from Ryan Coogler saying that with bringing in this like whole underwater world, it's a lot more political, and he wants a marine leader. So I had this expectation. I just didn't think of it as like a global problem. Okay, cool. All right, next question. I'm not gonna ask the obvious question of who's wearing the suit, but because I don't want to know, because I feel like
what I can say about this is that, and it's not a spoiler because it was in the trailer, but I guess I'll re-highlight that more than one suit is worn in this film.
Okay. More than one Black Panther suit? Okay. Because my assumption is, so with the trailer dropping and we see that last frame where we see someone wearing a Black Panther suit, but it's very clearly more of like a feminine build. So we know that
Can you ask
woman
a different
might be taking
question?
the mantle.
Can you?
This isn't even a question. This is just me.
You can ask this
assumption.
question, but can you ask a different question with this question? Like, I think what your question is who takes over the mantle?
No.
Okay.
I'm building to, is there, because you said that we do see two different suits. So for me, it's very like them putting this in the trailer that we see of like a woman wearing Black Panther. That's too easy for me. So I'm assuming that there's two Black Panthers in this film. I don't even want to look at your face right now. I don't even want.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not gonna give you a yes or a no, because it's.
Hey, shout out Dom.
I shout out Dom. Shout out Dom calling right now. She's gonna ask if she can hang out for the show tomorrow. So it's still relevant to this thing. Because they're getting ready. Again, she's watching it tomorrow. I can't answer that question, but I will say I think it's gonna go sideways to what you're thinking.
Okay. I'll take that.
That's all I can say, because there is an answer to this question. And when you watch it, you're going to be like, oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, there is an answer to this question, though. There is an answer.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Okay, next question. I'm really excited for Riri Williams, Ironheart. Do we get to, and this isn't really a spoilery question, but do we get to see, like, is she a main part of the cast, or is she kind of like, here she is, Riri Williams?
Riri Williams is the story. Riri Williams is the story.
Okay. Why did that give me chills? Prior to filming right now, I went back and watched the trailer because I truly don't really know what the plot of this is meant to be. And so, I don't know. I just did not expect her to be like a main part of the story, but okay.
She's not a main part. She is the plot.
She is
the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now with that information, I'm like
if I had to describe her in a AP English setting, she's the thread by which.
Okay. So the conflict is going to arise because of Riri Williams, is what I'm getting together.
That feels like a slight spoiler, but like also not ish. That's a wiggle. That might have been.
I'm making guesses.
Okay.
So next question. I'm scared to ask any more questions because now I feel like I'm setting myself up to like then not be surprised.
Are there like any emotional questions you want to ask?
Is it gonna make me cry?
I cried at the very beginning.
Okay.
I cried at something that happens in the middle. And then okay, I guess on the scale of crying, I wept. I knew what was going to happen. I wept at the beginning, like a very heartfelt, emotional weep, an exasperated weep, not exasperated, but like an exalting, kind of like you've been holding it for a while and you let it go. That was the first cry. The second cry that I had was an all-encompassing, a very big, you're not even, it's a silent cry, I guess. It's a shocking cry. I'm not a shocking cry, but like, you know what I mean? Like there's like a cry.
Yeah.
And then in the end, I cried. I kind of just like, it was almost like a cry. Like a, I don't know how to describe it. It was a
like a, okay. Like a little, like a hard cry, kind of.
Like a hard cry, but like also a thug cry. Like, I don't need to cry, like it's fine, you know?
My eyes are just watery.
My eyes just watering, bro. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I had three and for the listening audiences, I am not someone who cries. It is very hard to get me to cry. So yeah, you got me.
Okay, so then if you cried at those levels, then I'm just only going to assume it's going to be worse, 10 times worse.
You specifically, someone who is so emotional and who can tap into that side very easily, you will be crying throughout the entirety of the film. Okay, there's not a single moment within this film. And what's great is this particular film has a great way of drawing out your emotions in a very subtle way. There's a lot of appreciation to the characters. There's a lot of nuance to them, and there's a lot of newness to them. I think each and every actor gives a beautiful performance in a way that makes it okay for you to be vulnerable.
Okay.
So
nice.
And yeah, you are weeping for every side of the character, all of the characters. There's not a single character in this that I feel like you can't appreciate every motivation.
Yeah. And that's what I was hoping for from this film too, is that we get a lot more story behind each character. Like
there especially are certain characters, I will say, there are specific characters, especially on the anti-hero side, that are just kind of caricatures, and that's okay ish. It's really not. But yes, there are particular players that are highlighted, and there are some players who unfortunately in this 2.5 hour film did not get as much story time.
Okay. Good to know. And so I'm trying to like surface level. I'm trying to morph my questions into like surface level questions, things we've already like know and seen, but you know. So no, that was do we don't say who or what if it's yes, but can we expect cameos? I'll just that. Great. Amazing. Okay. Okay, cool. Does the Rihanna song play throughout the film, or is this like an end credit?
The Rihanna song is the very last thing that you hear. It goes to that Thug Money cry. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh man. I need to bring tissues with me.
Number
one on my.
You should.
Okay.
I'll go out and grab them for you.
All right. So now, you having seen the film once, this is my final question for you then. What is your rating, I guess? Do you want to give a rating right now?
Here's the thing.
Or should we wait?
I can give an impression. I don't know how to rate this film necessarily. I'm so bad at rating things. I mean, hell, Twilight's a 12 in my eyes. So
that's valid.
Yeah, valid. Very valid. But I can give an overall impression. I can give, I guess my scale by which I judge something is how many times would I watch this again. That is the Richter scale that I go off of. Mm-hmm. I can watch, like the Batman, I was forced to watch 4 or 5 times because the IMAX premieres, the friend premieres, the actual like it was by the 4 I was fucking done. I didn't even want to watch it twice. because I got everything I needed from the first viewing.
Yeah.
I had to watch Avatar. Not had to. I did want to. When Avatar came back into theaters, I watched that 3 times. One of which was with you, and you saw me texting the whole. Like, I got it. I got the gist of it. This is a movie I think I can accurately, and not accurately. I think I could watch this movie 3 times. I could watch this movie 3 times. This will be my second showing tomorrow. So I think I fully know that I could watch this movie 3 times. After the 3rd time, I can't watch it again. But to sit there for 9 hours with this film, I think is a high praise.
No, yeah. I was especially coming from you because I know you, and sometimes one viewing is enough. So to say 3 times, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, I, for one, was already intrigued in the first place. This has been one of my top movies, anticipated movies this year. But now that I've piqued your brain a little bit, having already seen it,
let me ask you a question now. Let me ask you, just bare bones, what are some things that you hope to see? What are some things you hope not to see? And what are kind of the big things you hope to walk away with emotionally or spiritually, mentally from this film?
Okay, things I hope to see. I had already mentioned before, just more story behind different characters we didn't necessarily hit in the first film. So like with the Queen, Queen Ramonda. Yeah. With like Okoye and oh my God, her name was slipping my mouth.
Ayo?
Yes, with Ayo, and even the Dora Milaje.
Yeah,
Dora Milaje. So them as well, and with Shuri too, because yes, she was a protagonist in the first film, but like now without her brother, seeing where she fits into how she's going to fit into all of this and what her mentality is behind it, I'd love to see just more of a deeper emotional story for each of them, as well as all of the new characters that we're getting with this entirely new world and society that we're being introduced to. I'd love to see more behind that and exactly where that, because I'm familiar with that story a little bit, like the whole anti-hero, we kind of just want to protect our culture, protect our nation. So I'd love to see that in a way that's not highlighted as something that's villainized. So that's something I don't want to see, is the villainization of like Namor and that like his culture, and protecting and standing up for what he believes in and his people. And I'm looking forward to the representation, because Viva Mexico, you know.
Yes.
And what was the last question you asked?
What are you hoping to get out of it spiritually, mentally, emotionally?
I'm just an emotional person in general, so I always love when movies can make me cry, but with a purpose and reason. Because sometimes I just cry to cry, because I do.
I feel like that's
yeah, but I think that there's something bigger being told within this story, and it has a lot to do with the politics and the different the beliefs that each of these leaders of each of these nations are going to be standing up for in regards to like Wakanda and I don't know the name of what Namor's little society world is called.
Talon or something. It's I know in the comics it's Atlantis, but in his version it's Talhan, I believe.
Okay. I did again. Yeah, yes. I was familiar. I knew it was like supposed to be like Marvel's Atlantis, but but then you're mentioning that there's also something going on a global scale, so I know that it's more of a commentary. I'm hoping that it's more of a commentary on this topic, and so I would like to walk away with a different, knowing that Marvel, the MCU, has commentary on topics such as these without brushing over them. So I would love to be able to leave almost proud of the MCU for tackling something like that. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's
them. I mean, I feel like that's a good placeholder. I'm really excited to come back after this film and kind of stitch, I say stitch like this is a TikTok, but to come back after the fact, after you've watched it and do another video kind of on, you know, did we answer these questions? I want to go through these questions and really see, were they answered? Did you get the response that you wanted? Did it completely shatter your expectations? Things like that. So I'm really excited to see where you're going to be 24 hours from now.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this all week because I know that I want it to be hard hitting. So that's what I'm anticipating.
Okay.
I want to leave tomorrow with my mascara running down my face.
I would recommend you not wearing any.
Okay. For sure.
Yes.
All right. So from this video, I took away that we should all take away that you need to bring tissues to the Black Panther premiere.
Yes.
Or Black Panther film when you go watch it. It hits theaters November 11th.
Yes.
Across everywhere, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, I was like, it's the 7th today, and it's Monday. I was like, doesn't it come out the 9th? No, we just have so many times that we're watching it. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes,
but November
11th out for everyone, or I believe the 10th at 7 p.m. for some theaters, the Thursday before. So.
Very exciting. And let us know what your the audience members, what you guys are looking forward to about the film. What do you predict? What are some of your questions going into the movie? And yeah,
that's it.
We're excited. I'm excited to talk about it next time
I'm very excited too. I'm so excited for us. That's going to be the next video, is us kind of breaking down our impressions. We will probably post it before the 2-week. I have to sneeze.
Let's see.
We're probably going to post it before the 2-week, but if you don't like spoilers, don't watch our next video. Don't do it. We will be heavy spoiler based, but we'll let you know that.
Yes.
Anywho, guys, until next time.
Bye, friends.
Goodbye.
We